Everyone has their problems. Some are about work, some about social standing, and some just about like when you play a high-speed game in your mother's computer. No matter how big or small it seems to other people, there's always way to it when it mounts up and gets to the breaking point. Everyone has it, hence the existence of the word, and that will be today's subject. Hello guys, it's been a while since I uploaded something due to my small equipment upgrade and some real life issues, but now that I'm here, let's get into it. What is the breaking point? The breaking point, as it literally means, is the point of the last nail in the coffin. It doesn't seem quite obvious to other people, but a lot of people have it very differently and focused on different aspects and different emotions. We all love to think that we are all more similar than we actually are, or better yet, we are all the same. This isn't a conscious effort, it's just what we do. With that aside, the breaking point spans from a control of emotions and loss without control, the utter loss for words, and what we can do at the point of going to the edge. The most common emotion is anger and sadness, but of course, it is more complicated than what it seems to be. Strangely, external factors in many cases don't play as much a role as we think it does. Sometimes it's really just us over-exaggerating. This is likely to be caused by other health concerns and mental health issues. In most cases, has a physical effect, which makes the issue stronger in your body, slowly like a virus, pushing you to the brink of it all. Part 2. Total process of the breaking point. The first start of the breaking point is the initial premise, the point everything starts from. This point, as with everything else, changes drastically between person to person. For an example, a hardworking and nice person will have a start that is more hidden and elusive due to their own self-belief and systematic world vision. This person, while seemingly satisfied with his own life, will be breaking inside first as like everyone else. As the causing factor becomes more prevalent, outsiders will slowly see tellers of his first step into this not so nice venture. This is where our spiral starts to happen. You are weak because you can't eat much, and you can't eat much because you can't buy much. That's because you don't have enough money, and you can't have enough money because you're too weak to be paid well. It starts going worse and worse as time passes, and you become more and more neurotic. The nice smile you had is slowly starting to go away, and your beliefs and visions are becoming more and more jaded, depressing, and neurotic. This progress will lead to the actual breaking point and consequently a breakdown. Part 3. Aftermath. The consequences of the breakdown vary, but there are a few common traits, one being an immediate rise to being back to health. Don't let this fool you though, because unless you're well controlled, this may be the first step to a dangerous and real mental health issue. Another trait could be a lingering feeling of loss, hate, or agony. This is a pretty common, but not the most common trait. This is a way you can also spiral out of control pretty easily when not well attended to, but in a different way. You see, the way this spirals out is if you start to focus on the occasional thoughts, as even if you try to deter those thoughts, they will find a way inside your head, and because of your focus, become a bigger monster than you ever imagined. This is because of your purpose. Part 4. Purpose. But why does this happen? What's the purpose? Nothing that has anything to do with you ever has zero possibilities of you controlling it, especially psychologically. When dived deep into our minds can be the biggest monsters or saviors that we desire or despise. To me, the breaking point was a pathway into understanding ourselves, our strengths, weaknesses, and more further than we ever did before the breaking point. What brings us to the edge of ruin and greatness, to me, has been the same path. but with different attitudes and different voices inside. Each and every day we build up to something further, something beyond. At least usually we never let it come to fruition. The breaking point is what happens when you are without that shining light above you. When the light and hope of hope and further development dims down under the weight of this life, which crushes what is more important to us than our bones and organs, our will to live. Part 4. What we can do to prevent them. My single most important and likable solution to this problem is called the other light. There are many things that make us who we are, and most of them come from childhood or teenage years and are deserving of our renewed attention in these dire times of stagnation. But we should not be seeking the classic nostalgia of children's games or the times we had happy birthdays. Instead, we should think about why we viewed them as such and why we became happy getting injured playing stupid games. It was most likely because, at least generally, closer to the human path. Solving genuine problems, such as finding the right spot to hide, connects to all the human ancestors because of how it makes us think naturally and ergonomically. And we should strive to bring ourselves closer to that identity, as it will create a more natural character and a better body. I don't mean to say that you should go and play games with children, but you should at least try to work out in a fun way and relieve yourself with stress casual urban work gives you. Another thing you can do is to adopt a new cause, a new aim that is further than buy a phone, but isn't as ridiculous as plant 1 billion trees. That just won't happen. It should happen stage by stage, step by step, and in no way too stressful or easy, just the right amount. Thanks for watching. I'll spare you all the cliche stuff every YouTuber's fan. Oh, fucking dang it. I'll spare you all the cliche stuff every YouTuber says and just say, have a nice day.